got going in.
Texting 12609er. Welcome back to a frigid, a frosty, if you will.
Crisp.
Crisp is a good word. Mid-sack here.
Brisk?
Maybe brisk, possibly brisk. Brisk and crisp would both work.
Remember the old iced tea? That's
yes,
brisk,
I
baby.
love that iced tea. I miss that. They still make that, right? That's still,
brisk.
I love brisk
Brisk
iced tea. That was
iced tea
great stuff.
Man.
That was great stuff.
Out of the can, ice cold.
Succulent. It was wonderful. And so, yeah, fall is hit, as you can tell by our attire. Okay.
Well, not really mine.
But you've got to wear under there. So and you're wearing pants because
Yes.
you got. That is the redoubtable Tom Izzo. I am the highly questionable one, Arjun Malacha. Welcome to IDD. Welcome back, I should say. Mid-Wednesday, Wet My Whistle Wednesday here in the Commonwealth. And first off, our prayers, thoughts and prayers going out to the people of Florida. That thing is a Category 3 hurricane for those of you who haven't been watching. And it's maintained that velocity after it hit the coast. Fort Myers looks like it's underwater. I hope people got out. So we're keeping our fingers crossed, our prayers to those people. Hopefully everybody is going to be okay. They've closed Disney World. It's going to land. It's going to go right over the Magic Kingdom. God knows what's going to do to that thing, and it's going to go north. So right now we're just hoping that the damage is minimal. More importantly, everybody's safe. Yeah. So we're keeping you in our thoughts. We're going to start with baseball tonight. Just real quick, the judge, congratulations. Hit a bomb into the bullpen, right? Take a 5-3 lead over Toronto. So he is
the Blue Jays bullpen.
So he has tied Maris. We'll be on the watch throughout the week, see if he can get 62. He's got, 7 games left? Is it about 7 games left?
Might only be 6.
6. The Blue Jays need this one.
It depends on if they play tomorrow.
Yeah. So the Blue Jays are trying to clinch a playoff spot. So that put the Yankees up 5-3. The Mets currently are trailing 4-2. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, they just
Top of the 8th.
They just got 2 back though, right? And
they're trailing 4-0 in the 7th till Escobar hit a 2-run bomb.
Okay, and is Atlanta still losing?
Atlanta is still losing 2-1 in the 8th, but allow me to check on that.
Check on that right now because we're going to start with baseball. Also going to cover football. Hey, big football game tomorrow night.
Correction, Atlanta has tied the game.
They've tied it. Okay. And
Atlanta's not going to lose to the Nats.
Probably not.
They're better than that.
We're going to preview. We'll start with that preview of the big weekend Dukaroo down in Hot Atlanta between the Mets and the Atlanta baseball team. That's going to probably be for all the marbles. Tom and I have been texting back and forth often throughout the day. And what I was saying was, well, I know he didn't want this, and I wouldn't want it either. I'd like to see my team just run away and hide. It's much less stressful that way. But look, the defending world champs are for real, and you got to beat the king to beat the king. So, and by the way,
that's not even the stress right now.
No, it's not. It's you're losing to shitbag teams.
It's losing to shitbag.
It's almost
teams.
like they're like, just get us to Atlanta. I'm like, we're going to be a game down if you don't smarten up.
Right. If you're only going to play to the level of your competition.
Yeah.
What are you doing? That's not how you play.
It's not a good sign right now.
You need to be consistent every day.
They better find a way to get that game.
I know.
They better figure it out.
It's an important game.
Because Atlanta's already got momentum. You don't want to go down there and now you're looking up at them.
No, because all you're doing is putting more pressure on yourself.
You are. We're going to preview that series. Now, I'm certain the answer to this is yes, but have you looked at the pitching matchups for the weekend?
Yes, they're really good pitching matchups.
Okay, so why don't you start with that? What are we looking at? It starts tomorrow, right? No, Friday. They have a day off.
It starts Friday, but here's the thing.
Yeah, okay.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The weather is going to dictate what happens.
The hurricane.
Because the hurricane, Ian, that son of a bitch.
Hey, he's my friend, and he is a son of a bitch, but I love him. Anyway,
I'm not talking about Ian.
Yeah, that Ian.
Your friend.
Yes.
Is that Darcy or is that Sean Darcy?
No, that's Sean Darcy. Ian Skinner. Ian Skinner.
I met Ian, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Firefighter?
No, that's Sean.
Shit. But Ian looks like a firefighter too.
Ian is an insurance guy.
Tall, blonde guy? Irish guy?
He's not as tall as Sean, but he's blonde. He's probably about 5'11". Sean's like 6'2".
Is he Irish?
Oh, yeah. Skinner? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Skinner. That's my mom's maiden name.
Yeah, Skinner. So,
Ian, I wonder if,
you never know.
I know I don't look it, but I'm half Irish.
You never know.
Got about 15% Scotch Irish.
Anyway, we miss you, Ian. You better get you and your family down here for the fall fiestas down here in the SAC. But anyway, we're going to start with that weekend matchup, the big one down there in Hot Atlanta. Yes, the hurricane.
Call it Hot Atlanta.
Well, it's hot down there. The hurricane may play a role in this,
without a doubt.
And that could be significant. Did they mention a backup plan? Did you hear anything?
They have. I keep reading articles that the MLB and the Mets and the Atlanta baseball team are having conversations about contingency plans.
Okay.
But most of what I'm hearing is that all the things that kind of make sense, they're not doing.
Really?
So they're saying, look, Friday and Saturday could be a wash.
What if they're not going to make those games up?
No, so they'll play a doubleheader on Sunday,
Yeah.
and then they could also play a game the day after the season ends, which I think is a shit
That's
scenario.
crazy. That's nuts.
Then
You can't tell me in that region they're on 1 million baseball fields between Georgia
no,
Tech.
that's
college.
not the thing though. The
Yeah.
Braves have 3 sellouts on their schedule, and they don't want to give those up. I don't think MLB wants to make them give those
No,
up.
of course not.
So
I get that.
You know, the other thing,
But you may have no choice.
Well, the other thing is the Mets and Braves are both off tomorrow, but they don't want to make them play a doubleheader tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, that kind of sucks, but that guarantees you'll get at least 2 in,
That's true.
so that
Maybe
can
you
either,
wait till Sunday till it blows
Sunday,
over. And
exactly,
you
and then you
one.
get the third one in.
Yeah.
Or if you don't get it in, you schedule it for this day after the season, but maybe the division shakes out and you don't even need to play that game.
Sure.
Like maybe the Braves go 2 games ahead or the Mets go 2 games ahead and you don't
That
even
game
need
wouldn't
it. Right.
matter. Yeah.
But they don't want to do that Thursday doubleheader. So the options I've heard are potentially make the Friday game earlier because the rain is supposed to really get heavier later in the day.
Later in the day. So
So they would play the
1 o'clock.
Maybe, I don't
First
know.
pitch probably?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
All
so
right.
you play an early Friday game,
Yeah.
and then Saturday is going to be washed out. They know that day is going to be gone.
Yeah.
Sunday, maybe it's gone and you get 2 in.
So then you go 1 o'clock Sunday and 6, 7 o'clock Sunday,
I guess.
maybe?
Yeah. They
Because
say
then you could have
split
ESPN.
doubleheader.
Because then ESPN could cover it.
Well, no, I don't know that they could do that quickly, but maybe.
They've got to have a plan in place because honestly, this is the biggest series of the year.
I know.
You can't.
And it'd be a shame if
Yeah, you can't. You can't
happened.
deprive baseball fans of what's going to looks like a Donnie. Now, give me what do the pitching matchup look like? What do you
You know,
got?
this is weird because now that I'm looking, all the Mets pitchers say TBD.
To be
when-
determined. To be determined, ladies
When
and gentlemen.
yeah, I know
be
what to be determined.
To be
But just yesterday, I saw we had all our pitching lined up, so I wonder if we've pulled back on that.
Interesting.
Because what it was supposed to be was Friday, Bassett against Fried,
Hi, Janice.
which would have been a great matchup. Fried is, I'd say they're number 1. Maybe you could say Strider's their number 1.
Yeah. That would be Friday.
Saturday is supposed to be DeGrom against Wright. Wright
Yeah.
is 20-5 with a 3.18 ERA, and he's maybe their 3rd best pitcher.
Yeah, this is a great matchup.
That's a good lineup of pitching.
This is a great matchup.
And
Yeah.
then Sunday is Scherzer. I mean, Scherzer and Charlie Morton. Now Charlie Morton is not having a great year. He's 9-4 though.
He had a bad year. He's 9-4.
So it kind of stinks because Spencer Strider's on the IL,
Yeah.
and I would rather them be at their strength
Of course.
when we play them.
Yeah, of course.
And he's talked shit this year, so I'd like the Mets to beat him again. But hey, hopefully that gives us an advantage. But as we know from how the Mets are playing now, just because the stats say one thing doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
Because right now the Mets are trying to lose 2 in a row to the Marlins,
Who have nothing to play for.
who have absolutely nothing
Absolutely
to play
zero.
for.
They got 1 foot on the plane.
Don
to go to
Mattingly's
Bora
not coming
Bora
back
or
next
the,
year.
Or the Caymans, wherever they're trying to get out of here to.
Dude, Don Mattingly's not coming back next year. Their 3 best players are hurt. Jorge Soler, Jazz Chisholm, and then I think the other guy's name is Garcia.
Can you imagine having that kind of money where when this is one of the things about, I always wondered this, and I'm sure it's true, but I always wondered professional athletes, regardless of the sport, when the day the season ends, if the team is a bad season, how fast is that vacation booked? Is it already booked? Are they literally
I don't
going
give a shit about this.
Are they going from the locker room to the freaking airport and getting the hell
I
out of
don't
Dodge?
give a shit. The Mets are in the middle of a race. They're
I
in the middle
can't-
of trying to blow a race.
I
don't
do-
give a fuck about the Marlins' plans.
I can't do. I do.
What? No, you don't.
I do. I want to know where they're going.
I need therapy. I don't need this shit.
Hey, sometimes therapy.
You need to talk me down.
Sometimes therapy involves palm trees and blue water. Just saying, crystal blue.
Okay, if that's what you were telling me to do, that'd be great. But
Well,
you're telling me to think about how quickly they plan the goddamn trip.
Look it.
I don't care.
Look at.
Because the Mets have an event planned after the season. It's called the playoffs. Now we're just trying to figure out if we can get, that first round bye on the agenda.
What I have to
by winning
say
the
about
division.
this, because I was listening to Mad Dog and Stephen A. today, and they both were in agreement with you that if New York does not win the division, they're saying they are not going to the World Series. Now, I don't believe that. It's hard.
I don't think that means that.
They both are adamant they have no shot if they don't win the division, which I'm like, do you understand who's on that pitching staff? They have the best 1-2 punch arguably in baseball.
Right.
But if you got that, you have a chance regardless of the
have
scenario.
The best 1-2-3.
Yeah, 1-2-3. I'm saying if you have that kind of pitching, and pitching
I don't
travels.
know, though. The Braves and the Dodgers have a good 1-2-3.
They do, but I'm saying that they have as good as anybody. So when you have that, you always have a chance because the history bore that out.
Leadoff walk for Nimmo in the bottom of the 8th. Let's go.
4-2 still?
4-2.
All right, so leadoff. So the tying run's coming to the
Pete
plate.
Alonso's at the plate.
All right, so let's see if Pete can get this guy
So
around.
earlier tonight, so I hope I'm wrong and I hope I get to eat crow on this. Earlier tonight, I was a little pissed off because Buck has Pete batting second tonight. Pete Alonso has bat
Has he done that before?
cleanup 140-something times this year. He's played 156 games.
So he's never batted in the second spot?
No. I mean, and if he has, it's rare.
It's rare.
So I was pissed
So he picked
because
tonight
he's
today.
already come up with nobody on several times tonight.
Yeah, you're wasting your best
and Pete
bat.
is better when there's men on.
Yeah, you're wasting your best bat.
But if he hits a 2-run bomb here,
All's
I could
forgiven?
shut my mouth.
All's forgiven?
And Buck is a genius.
What I was trying to say before we went off on one of our many tangents, and there'll probably be a few of them tonight, is that
You started the tangent
I
of death
didn't say
for
I
no
did,
reason.
I never said I didn't start. I didn't say that.
Well, you said we went off on a tangent.
Well, we did. Oh, now it's me. This is,
That one was you.
So I
I'll
didn't share?
gladly on my own
we didn't
tangents.
share? All right.
No.
Well,
No,
I don't give a
I yelled
fuck
at you
about
for
that.
you.
You did.
Yeah.
Bit my bit.
Dude, you know how I get when the Mets are
yes,
fucking up.
I know,
I
I
act
know.
like a spoiled
I
brat.
know. What I'm trying to do is make light of it because they still got games to play.
You're right.
That's what I'm trying to do.
And
is
I
say,
need
look,
to stop being
you
a spoiled
can't-
brat.
At the end of the day, look, this has happened in the past where a team goes into a big series and they drop a couple to a lesser opponent and they go into the big series and they perform. That's happened many times. So it's not like it can't happen.
But here's the thing.
So-
I could see the Mets losing this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Atlanta baseball team winning their game. So the Mets go down a
One game.
And then I could see the Mets winning 2 out of 3.
And tying.
But then dropping 2 out of 3 to the Nats in the final series. Like, come on, guys. You're better than that.
They are. They
just
have been all
are.
year. They're 2 wins from 100. They have been all year.
So I don't want to
They're
trash
40
them.
games over. It's hard to trash against 40 games over 500.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to talk shit
but
about them.
But again, what I was trying to say was the team that they're looking at in the mirror is they're defending world champs.
No doubt.
So I mean,
But that's what I'm saying. If they were losing to the Braves,
I wonder.
wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad.
I wonder if you could put the Atlanta baseball team in any division, what that would have looked like. If the Dodgers would have been like this with them because they'd had to deal with them all the time.
There's no
Or
other
if
team
they-
in baseball besides the Mets and Braves who have been playing.
This is what I'm saying.
against who have played 19 games
Yeah,
against a team that good.
That's what I'm saying. I think Atlanta could do this in any division they're in. They're that good. So to
I
me,
think the Mets good too.
Yes, they can. I said to you via text today, these are 2 very strong teams. They're very well. They match up well against each other. It's fitting it comes down to the final weekend
You're
because
right,
they've been
yeah.
this way all year.
Right.
And it's not the
Yeah,
Mets.
why
are
would
playing-
one of them just run
Why
away
would
all of a
just?
sudden?
I don't see how one could run away from the other because they're both so good.
And how many games over 40 can you really
That's
go?
what I'm saying. So I don't understand.
40 games over 500.
I understand you being
baseball.
upset because they're
Right.
They're this, but the thing is, when you in retrospect, when you look at how this season has played out with these 2, it's really not a surprise at all.
Yeah.
Given who their personnel they have and all this shit. So to me, it's going to be a hell of a series. However they fucking play it, they better come up with something. I can't understand how they don't have Plan A and Plan B and Plan C.
I know.
they've had plenty of time. They knew about this hurricane a week ago.
My thing
So
is,
how the
I
fuck
just
are they
hope
waiting?
what I hope is that I don't want the weather to impact the series to where one team goes, oh well, because they played it like this, we lost. Like, I hope that doesn't happen. But it might be, you might not be able to help that. You know what I'm saying? Pete just looked at strike 3 and it wasn't called.
There's
We got life.
There's
We got
excuses
life.
and then there's reasons.
Yeah.
Okay? And a reason is something you can't do anything about. They can't do anything about this. They just have to react to it. That's all they can do. Whatever the damage is, the damage is. They have no control over it. There's nothing they can do about it. And as my father has told me on many occasions, only focus on the things you can control. Your talent will take care of things you can't control.
Yeah.
And he was right about that because, otherwise you're going to pull your hair out. Just trying to figure out shit that you can't figure out, that nobody can figure out because it's beyond
Pete
our
Alonso
control.
walked.
Okay, so first and second, no outs. All right, so they got around. So just put one deep and move the runners. We get a base hit. Do not hit into a double
up
play.
steps,
Do not hit into a double
do
play.
you know who comes up?
Who?
Francisco Lindor.
Is that the chubby?
No, Francisco Lindor.
Oh, Where's Chubby?
He's our $360 million or $340
No,
million
where's
shortstop.
the big dude? What's his name?
Pitching coach is about to talk shit to the ump.
Oh, here we go. So
The big dude is Vogelback.
Vogelback is what I'm thinking about.
Yes.
Where's he?
So he's on the bench tonight because a lefty started, and when a lefty starts,
he's on the bench?
He's on the bench as
Okay.
a DH. So
All right, makes sense.
we could see him soon.
Pinch hitting, maybe.
Right.
Okay.
If catcher spot comes up or something like that.
Sure.
But here's one thing that I'm worried about with the Mets.
What?
Aside from all this crap with them,
All this other stuff.
yeah, aside from my emotional reaction to them losing to teams like this, Starling Marte is not back yet. He broke his finger over a week ago playing the Pirates, one of those shitty pitchers they had.
Who hit him on the hand?
Hit him right in the knuckle,
hit him in the knuckle, didn't he?
and
Yeah.
broke his finger. And
Weird
he
shit.
is such a big part of that team
Yes,
and
he
that
is.
lineup. I mean, and not just like the lineup. He's a leader. He hustles everything out.
Is
Although,
there any chance of him getting back for this Atlanta series?
Well, no, there isn't. So that was originally everybody was saying he'll be back for the Atlanta series.
Yeah.
What I just read today is that he doesn't his return is not imminent. So I hope he can be back for the playoffs at this point.
Shit, that's bad.
I know, because he's one of their spark plugs.
That would make winning the division even more important.
Yeah, exactly.
So you get a break to
Right, you get a break. I mean,
Yeah.
man, Lindor popped up. Shit.
Just don't hit into a double play. All it takes is one swing. So bottom of the eighth, 4-2, first and second, one out for the Mets. The Yankees. Well, I have them. You're looking at that one. They were
Yankees were up 6-3 last time I
6-3
checked.
last time we
yeah.
checked. All right. Any other Red Sox who decided to start playing out? They're out of it. We're beating Baltimore, who's 3.5 back in the last playoff spot.
Nothing more annoying than a team that plays good when they're
Out of it.
eliminated completely.
Yeah.
So annoying.
It sucks, and the Red Sox are doing it. They're 3-1, the Sox in the top of the ninth. Rays are tied with the Guardians 1-1. Braves are still knotted up with the Nationals.
What is Seattle doing? Because the Orioles have a chance. and
that
they're blowing
game-
it. Oh, they're playing the Rangers.
They just started top of the first.
So
They just
I want to say, have they struggled with the Rangers or have they beat the heck out of them?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Come on, Canna. This is your spot, baby.
Dodgers, nobody cares. They're playing the Padres.
This is Marcana's spot.
I mean, are the Dodgers even playing anybody, or are they just benching everybody?
The Dodgers are 49 over, I think.
Yeah,
Are
they're 106 and 48. They're 58 over.
I mean, they're freaking 50 games over 5.
58 over. They're flirting with
48.
dude. 106
Okay.
and 50 is 56 games over. So 48 would be 58 games off. They are 58 games.
So they're almost
over.
60
They are
games over?
flirting with 60. That would be ridiculous.
They're 20 games better than the next team, or 10 games better, whatever.
And the Astros, who nobody's talking about, are 102 and 53. Nobody's even talking about them. Look, this is going to be a fun
102 and 53, they're almost 50 over?
They are 102, they are 49 over. They are 102 and 53. They are tied. If they win tonight, they are 50 over. I'm telling you, there's a lot of good teams in this thing.
Oh, my
It's going to be
God.
a lot of fun. And if
It's
you're
just kind of crazy to think a wild card team that's 13 games over could compete. But it could happen.
pitching is pitching.
But I know, dude, but these teams that are that high over have pitching.
We've seen teams lose 100 games or win 100 games and get knocked out by a hot pitching staff.
Did the teams that won all those games have pitching?
Yeah, of course they did. They didn't just win with their bats. They had both.
But some of those teams do, like those Yankee teams, they win with their bats.
You never know. They had Mariano Rivera, by the way. Like, he's the greatest closer ever. So
No. Those Yankee teams didn't just win with their
Yeah,
bats.
they were well-rounded.
They
machines.
had, they were up and down. I mean, they had
The
pitching.
one the Yankees won in 2009.
That was a
I believe.
little different.
That was a
I
little
think,
different.
Yeah. But still, didn't they have CC and who
Yeah,
else did
they had pitching.
I mean,
They weren't
CC
devoid
was
of pitching.
towards the end.
Yeah, but they weren't devoid of pitching.
Yeah.
So, my thing is that to me is the great equalizer. If you got two aces or two very good 1-2s and you got a solid 3, you have a chance. I don't give a shit who you play.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
just don't know.
It's bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Marlins. Jeff Canna is up. Brandon Nimmo's on second. Pete Alonso's on first. 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch.
Here comes the
Canna
pitch.
likes these moments.
He does. Toronto is trying to. I'll tell you what. Yeah, the Red Sox are doing the
pitch.
Rays a favor because they're trying
Good pitch. Guy throws an off-speed pitch right on the inside corner
Where is Atlanta playing Washington?
in Washington.
Okay. Okay.
What inning is it?
Top of the ninth, Atlanta has a runner on with 1 out.
Oh, shit.
1 on, 1 out for Atlanta. Top of the
Come on, double play, Nats.
double play Nets. Anyway, so
Dude, Mark Canha,
gonna be a great
you can see
series
it in
this
his
weekend.
eyes. This is a big at-bat.
yeah,
I want to see him come through right
yeah,
here.
this is going to be a great weekend of baseball. I am psyched because to me, having all these good teams at the end that are still fighting for spots,
Foul.
to me is that's the fun part.
Yeah.
That's the fun part because now you're channel surfing. If none of these games mean nothing, you're just like, all right, get me to next week.
But, like, what is
But-
the real tight race? It's a couple wild card races,
It's
I
a
guess?
couple of wild cards in your guy.
This one, and that's
Yeah.
it. All the other divisions are locked up.
Basically, they're
except
locked
this
up.
one.
It's about
No,
the
they
wild card.
All
Yeah,
of them are.
It's all about the wild card right now,
Yeah.
except for your division.
Right.
So,
It's kind of weird that that's the only division race.
well, if you look at these division leaders, you get 4 or 5 of them that are at 100 wins or flirting with 100 wins. So they've put away most of the competition. The lone exception would be, Cleveland.
Bases loaded. He walked them.
1 out.
1 out.
All right, so here you go.
I get so freaking anxious in these situations when nobody's swinging the bat. It's like everybody's squeezing it this tight,
gotta get
and
the
it's
bat
just
off
like,
the shoulder.
and everybody's
Because you're afraid to hit into a double play.
Exactly.
And you're like, unless
"Oh, God,
that
I don't
thing,
want to swing at a ball in the
unless
dirt.
it comes right down the middle, I ain't going
Exactly
there.
right.
Yeah.
And everybody's check swinging and fouling pitches off, and man, those walks are freaking excruciating sometimes.
Well-
So Mattingly's coming out. He's taking out a lefty to bring in another lefty.
Really?
Jeff McNeil's coming up,
I see.
and
And
he's the
then-
best hitter on their team. Jeff McNeil
And then-
is second in the National League in batting average, maybe in the majors. He's batting like 321 or something. So I really like having him up in this spot, but it's a big spot, so I hope he can come through.
Phillies are losing 4-1 to the Cubs. The Cubs stink.
I think they might have lost to the Cubs last
I
night.
think they did, actually.
What is San Diego doing?
They just started with the Dodgers. They're tied. They're in the bottom of the first.
What did the Brewers do today? Because the Brewers are chasing the Phils
The Brewers, they had an afternoon
and
game?
the Padres. I don't think so.
Well, as of this evening, if you're going by the wild card current updated wild card standings here, right now in the NL, it is Atlanta or New York. They're both 13 up. San Diego is 2.5 up on Philly, and Philly is 1.5 up on Milwaukee.
Damn. So what is Milwaukee doing today?
That's the other elephant in the room there. So
Milwaukee could catch them.
They could. I'm telling you, this thing is far from over. Nothing is really settled. Milwaukee is beating St. Louis, who just clinched last night,
They're probably not playing anymore.
1-0 in the bottom of the sixth. They
it's
have
only
2
1-0.
on with 2 outs. That's being Milwaukee. So St. Louis has clinched, so they can't really do anything else. They can't move up or down.
Yeah.
So they're probably, if they're smart, they're resting the big guns and getting them lined up.
Dude, since we're bringing up St. Louis, what do you think about Pujols hitting 700 bombs?
I'm very happy for him. I think it's great. It's great for baseball. There's only 4 men in the 200-year history of that sport. 200, ladies and gentlemen. 1900. When this started, 1901, whatever the hell the fuck it was.
Do you count Josh Gibson, though?
4 men.
Didn't
hit
Josh Gibson hit?
700?
I feel like he might have.
No.
I'm talking about the Negro Leagues.
It was Bonds.
In the Negro Leagues.
Maybe I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think he hit some crazy shit.
I don't know if he hit 700. But on the record, there are now 4 of them. And kudos to Pujols for making it. He made a good push the end of the season. They're in the postseason. They're going to be another dangerous team. Okay, they got experience. That's a winning tradition there, too. They ain't going to roll over and die. I got news for you, whoever they face. So these playoffs are going to – we have Donnie Brooks everywhere in this. And I'm loving it. I am loving it. So,
but hold on, you're glossing over Albert. I would just like to say, I think Albert probably the best hitter of my generation.
I would say that.
I'm trying to think who else is up there.
Probably of your I would say so. That's fair to say.
I know a lot of people are going to say Mike Trout.
He's there too, but I don't think Mike Trout doesn't have 700 home runs.
No, and Mike Trout never led his team to anything.
No, so
not to say it's on him.
it's not all on him.
team.
But the point is that when you're as talented as he are,
Pop out.
yeah. So 2 outs. So bases are drunk with now 2 outs.
Dude, the Mets look so tight right now. They look so
This is their asshole.
you just wish somebody could just go in there and start wafting some like herbal tea. Maybe give somebody a chai latte.
Get Aaron Rodgers on a plane.
Give some. Yeah, right.
Show up with whatever that.
Go to
what's that-
ayahuasca. Come back.
What was that shit he was smoking?
Actually, no. If he's smoking peyote, these
Peyote.
guys would freak out.
Oh, they'd freak out. Yeah, they'd be seeing balls.
No,
all over
we
the
need
place.
something to calm down. We need a moment of mindfulness. Don't run from the moment. Lean into the moment.
Who's up?
Breathe it in. Eduardo Escobar, who already has a 2-run bomb in this game. I have confidence in Eddie.
Base
Okay?
hit. Base hit scores 2.
That's right. And a bomb puts you up to.
Well, I'll put you up. So
let's see what he can do.
see what he does here.
think
Milwaukee has scored another run. They are up 2-0 now.
I can see it in his eyes. He's gonna do it here. He looks
And
relaxed.
He looks relaxed.
He
He looks
does.
like he had some peyote.
No, he would look like he was paranoid if he was on peyote right now.
Texas has gone up 1 on Seattle in the top of the first.
Okay.
1-0. They got a runner on first with 2 outs. There's your updated scores. The shit sucks. Who nobody cares
They're
about.
still winning.
They are bottom of the 9th. Are they in? Not in Fenway?
Single!
How many?
Come on, Pete. Oh, God. Come on, Pete. 2-run single. I told you Eddie was coming through.
And we have a Donnie. We have.
Wow.
There you go.
That's big.
There you go. So
That
we
is
have
so
things are now
damn
knotted
big.
up there. The Mets have come to life here in the bottom of the 8th. And they still have a runner on third. 1 run here puts them ahead.
First and third.
First and third with 2 outs. Another base hit.
Dude, let me.
there you go.
So the guy they just got that 2-run single off of. Let me tell you something about last night. You probably saw this if you were watching ESPN tonight, but I was watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, they bring in this lefty from the bullpen.
Yeah. Oh, I saw this.
And
Historic.
the ump calls 3 balks on
That- the
him
last time it
in
happened?
one batter.
1904
But
was the last time that
but
happened.
the last time they called 3 balks on somebody on the same batter,
guy.
never.
Never.
So Pete Alonso's at the plate.
Were they all balks?
None of them were balks. And I'm a Mets fan. I mean, the dude. This is
had,
why it was so funny is because when he would come to his stop in the glove,
Yeah.
there was maybe a little movement, and then he would go. And he called balk, right?
Yeah.
And then the next time up, he'd do the same thing. He wouldn't call balk. Then the pitch after that, he'd do it again, and he'd call balk. It was like
They reviewed this on First Take this morning, and Mad Dog said at best one of them. At best one.
but they weren't.
And that's a reach.
They
He goes,
weren't.
He goes, that's a reach.
Dude, Ron Darling, the Mets announcer tonight, he goes, I would just like to apologize to him, like, on behalf of the umpire. He's like, it was just like, it was weird. It was unnecessary.
Beyond unnecessary.
And, I mean, like, the Mets got to run at
That
it.
was one of those look at me, look at me, look at me moments.
Right.
And why was
Nuts.
that dude should be fined.
Vientos. Big spot for Vientos here. Rookie.
What's the count?
It's 1-1. Oh, man, he just got a shit call from the ump. And the ump behind the plate now is the guy who called the 3 balks. So you know he...
Oh, they moved. They didn't get rid of him. They just moved him to home. Oh,
No, they
you know
rotate.
What? We
They
can do
rotate.
more damage this way. Let's put him behind home plate tonight.
But that's what every crew does. There's
I know,
a
I
crew
know,
of,
I
you
know. I
4 or
remember.
5 umps.
Yeah.
and-
I remember.
But
so
yeah, this-
so that shit stain is now behind the plate.
Right, now he's calling
Now
balls
he's
and
calling
strikes.
balls. Yeah, this is I would protest this game right now if our both teams.
Vientos looks good right now. I like this matchup. I like this matchup.
Let's
Come
see
on,
what
Mark.
happens here.
I'd love for our rookie to come through. You know? We were hollering for
The
this guy
Nationals got out of it. It's 2-2 in the bottom of the
to come up.
ninth.
Okay, thank you for that
They
update.
have 1 out, nobody on, but they are up. They
So
beat the
I had a
Nationals.
vision earlier today that Luke Voigt was going to win that game for the Nats. Is he anywhere coming up soon?
I will look.
Because if he's due up in the bottom of the ninth, he's ending that game. I
I will
promise you.
look if he's. Where does he bat in the lineup? No,
I have no clue. I mean, Luke Voigt, he's probably clean up.
he's probably 3 or 4.
Yeah.
All right, so
4 or 5.
Voigt is the cleanup hitter, 4th.
And is he coming
So
up?
He's 1 for 3 with 2 ribbies.
Is he coming up at the
I'm
bottom of the
looking
ninth?
right now. Hold on, I'm trying to find the. Who's up right now?
Sorry, I was a little aggressive.
No, in fact, you won't see him until
The 11th?
yeah, because he must have got the last out of the last inning because the guy Garcia, or he must have got the first out of this inning because the guy Garcia is coming up. So
Vientos just struck out. That wasn't a good pitch, Mark.
So-
All right, Edwin Diaz.
So
is
as
coming in to pitch
usual,
tonight.
Donnie Brooks abound here, ladies
Donnie's
and gentlemen.
abound.
Donnie's abound.
What should we call this? Like, what should our set be called? Should it be called like B Donnie's or?
Donnie B's is over there.
Well,
You
I know,
can't
the-
steal
the-
the name, but
Yeah, we can't call it
We'll come up with
Donnie's.
something that doesn't make any sense. That's completely shameless, and we just giggle about
Maybe
it.
it's
No
the
one really
Death
knows.
Star.
The Death Star. The Death Star.
Or it's like, what are one of those planets in Star Wars?
We're going to name it after a planet from Star Wars.
Well, I mean, the whole Jedi thing that we're going
Endor?
with. Endor?
The Forest Moon of Endor?
There's a better one.
Well, Forest would make sense.
What are
The
some
nearby
other like
forest moon.
Kenobi's?
Hoth.
No, there's like Kenobi or something, or
Kenobi's the name of the guy.
not Kenobi. I'm saying it sounds like that.
Mos
Tatooine.
Mos Eisley Spaceport.
I like Tatooine.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and fury.
Oh dear.
We must be cautious.
Okay, should we break? Come back, talk about football.
Absolutely. We'll be updating this throughout the evening. It's Wet My Whistle Wednesday. Grab a frothel. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you on this side. We're going to discuss football, Patriots rant tonight. Preview of the 3-0 Miami Dolphins, by the way. You're welcome, Chris. I predict they'll make the playoffs this year. So, Chris, no, I have a witness on that, his team. Anyway, Cincinnati 1-2, got to win this game. We'll preview that. Patriots rant. Hey, I got some fun facts about Mr. Brian Hoyer.
What, how poor he's going to play?
I'll give you a hint. I know one person who's not going to like this. Bill Belichick.
He's watching.
Yeah, and he's watching because he has nothing else to do. Well, he's not a doctor. He should have heard his rant today. Bill had a rant today too, by the way. What an ass clown.
Dude, I was listening to the radio and I heard somebody ask him a question. They're like, Bill, what do you expect from Brian? What does Brian Hoyer bring to this offense? And he literally paused for 10 seconds and was like,
yep. His phrase,
he's got a lot of experience in this offense.
Yeah.
That's literally what he said.
I know. His catchphrase, he was, on to Cincinnati, which would end up being a good one. And then the other one,
that was fun.
There was another one.
No, he's such a jerk sometimes.
And today, the new one is Day by Day.
He's funny. He's been saying day.
Day by day is what he's been saying.
Isn't that from Bridesmaids?
I don't know, but he's been saying day by day the whole press conference, and he kept going back at the reporters. Hey, I'm not the doctor. Day by day. You think I read the MRI? Not my job. Day by day.
Remember Bridesmaids?
He would answer and then finish it with day by day.
He's funny.
He probably did it 6 or 7 times in a row.
He's funny.
It's not funny because they're losing anyway.
But remember in Bridesmaids?
When you're winning, you can do whatever you want. People will say you're colorful.
Dude, but wasn't it Bridesmaids where she was like day by day?
I believe it was. I believe it was. I think you're right.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Anyway, I doubt Bill watched Bridesmaids.
All right, let's turn it off.
We will come back on the other side, get a quick drink. We'll see you in a few minutes, all right?